This past March, the Georgia Board of Regents passed a tobacco ban on public campuses statewide. In past years, Berry has attempted similar action. The recent public bans may soon prompt reconsideration for Berry. Graduating senior Christian Candler witnessed the discourse between students and administration firsthand.
But I think on the whole, people saw it as an infringement of people's choice to do what they want.
Met with opposition, the campus-wide smoking ban was not passed. But issues with campus smoking policy have not disappeared.
The administration didn't back down, Student Life Council didn't back down, but that dialogue really had an effect. I mean, people always say, oh, we have no control over anything, the administration can do whatever they want, but that dialogue from the students didn't work with football, but it actually worked with the smoking ban. And they basically had to withdraw it. And they didn't say, all right, this is now never an option. It's still on the 10-year plan. And it's still on Viking Web if you go to campus initiatives. But I thought it was really cool that I've never seen that before, where students get really interested in a particular issue in campus life and all get together and try to actually create a voice for it.
Dr. Eric Sands was also present during the time to observe the campus smoking ban dialogue.
Most of the students I interacted with at the time treated this far more as a nuisance issue than a moral or a health issue. Many of them obviously were concerned about secondhand smoke, but also seemed to be surprisingly well informed of how very little danger there is of secondhand smoke in an outdoor context.
Berry students will likely see this issue return in coming semesters. If so, it begs attention to much more than just health and safety.
When we're talking about indoor smoking, we got substantial health concerns there for everybody involved. Outdoors, it's just not there in my book. And for that reason, I think we ought to be very cautious in thinking about moving forward on prohibiting, an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old from doing something that's entirely legal. This smoking thing, I think, is a good litmus test on, sort of a larger question of how much society really values liberty and the ability of individuals to make choices for themselves. But I think for Berry, I think it's also a good litmus test of how tolerant a community we actually are.
The history of this issue at Berry calls into question the value of its rules and what it stands for, and what that means for Berry and its residential students. With Viking Fusion News, I'm Brad Tilka.